I'm on time. Get me on time. And actually, it's. Oh, anyway, about to work, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, hammer, bro.
Camera right there.
How about I suck at it? I can do it a little bit. No, that one don't want to. All right, bitch. I don't care about editing, YouTube censorship, whatever. We'll put some Tweety birds. I don't fuck it. I don't care.
Tweety birds in it.
I don't care. Goddamn it. Came from a military household. That 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 came from a military household. Talking about 7 sailors. How about 1 billion?
Really?
Hello? I ain't afraid to admit my country is a pirate nation. We don't do shit but piracy in it either. If people want to hate on it, don't actually know its history. And if they did, they realize we were always scallywags. We always played by our own rules. We always broke them too. We're pirates. Yo, that's good. Probably gonna need to pick those up when you get a chance. So yeah, I'm gonna get this over here. I need to get the canvas off too. Hello, welcome to my saga. It's definitely different than most things you might see on the internet. Nobody would believe me if I told them I did this to my living room. Nobody would believe me if I told them I've been building what I've been building for the last year and a half. It is what it is, yo. As I put in the video, to my neurodivergent brain, a living room is for living. And for a person like me, that's creating, turning it into a creative space. And I outgrew it. But it took me a while to be able to find a space where I could expand into. And I ultimately did do that. But that in itself is another part of the saga and another story for the next episode. What I wanted to share here was some of the things that I learned along this journey. I look for resonance, things that are aligned with me. I'm a doer, so naturally, I would align to a motto like doers helping doers. So that's what I was doing and endeavoring to do. And in the beginning, though it was challenging, I had a lot of optimism towards the idea of it and felt that I could share it and that it would be understood and embraced. That's not really what happened. But I'll save that for the rest of the story as this series carries on. What I wanted to share in this is that I started with very humble origins, and my creative brain couldn't just sit there and be a voyeur staring at a TV. I don't even own one. I have to do. I have to make. I have to build. And it's during these early clips that you see here where the trope entered my mind. I don't need to role play a goblin. I am one. And I'm totally okay with that. It's just what it is, right? But there are some lessons, as I said, that I've learned through this process that I wanted to share. Like the old trope and the idea be careful what you name your pets. Example from a former relationship when I was younger. Me and my partner at the time did what was typical for young people in a relationship. You got to have your practice baby, right? So we had a dog, two technically. Our second dog, we had the clever idea of naming it Rowdy. Yeah, it ate our couch. And I'm not talking chewed it up, I'm talking ate our couch. Was shitting it for a week. Totally normal thing to happen to a weird neurodivergent creative, I suppose. See, to me, my life is normal, but I am aware of the fact that it's not. Another example of a story. I'm at a gallery showing. I placed well in that gallery showing. But part of that business is having your brie and your wine and you're socializing with your fellow creatives. And we come in many flavors, that's for sure. And here I am engaged in a conversation with people, and they're very posh compared to me. I mean, I'm dressed for the occasion, I look for the occasion. My brain doesn't really always sync with my other fellow creatives sometimes. So here I am in this environment, and I'm listening to this conversation about this antique table that they got and how they decorated it themselves and how they got this special antique china and they made their own table runners and that all. And my brain is trying to be in pace with that conversation and I'm thinking, oh dang, my table I got at a garage sale and it's in my dining room, but it's got a drill press mounted to it right now. And I use paper dishes so I don't have to waste time cleaning. Yeah, if you're not a normie, you can't really fake it. Not entirely. You can look it and you can stay quiet so people don't know how odd you are. But it doesn't make me a bad creature or a bad person. I'm just what I was born to be, and I've been engaging in artwork and even competitions since I was 4 years old, due to a very greedy family that realized the talent I had. All stuff that I put behind me. But it's during this era that the trope of the idea that we were studio goblins, when we turned on the creative mojo, which was whenever I wasn't at work, we were studio goblins. And as you can see from the video, it was a natural impulse. It was a correct impulse. Studio goblins, perfect name for us. But as said in the video, I definitely outgrew the space. Now, be careful what you name things is a very, very valid thing. Be careful of who you admire and who you see as role models. Don't absorb them too much because you may become them. My life definitely went in that direction in an unexpected way. When I finally moved space, which I will show in the next video, I named it the Odyssey because it's one of those powerful, influential books on my life. A lot of Greek sagas and tragedies and so forth that I understand the proper use of those stories, and so I felt that it was the appropriate name. Be careful what you inadvertently name your things, because the reality of it is that I ended up going on an odyssey and following it nearly to the letter. And I'll share that in this series of how naming my initial building of my studio and expanding of it was called the Odyssey vlog, and how it paralleled that story. Now, most would see it as an exciting action adventure story, but I understand it as a teaching tool, a primitive teaching tool from a primitive era, from our early Hellenic era. And I can at least say this: after having gone on my own Odyssey, I've definitely learned from it. And I intend to share that as I share visuals that show my progress that I've made over the last year and a half. Hey, everybody. Thanks for taking a few minutes to check this little short clip out. Tomorrow, I will continue the saga, continue the story. Appreciate everybody who's taking the time to support us. And hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful evening. And you manifest everything you want. And be careful what you name things. Speedy out. Bye.